Hey guys, um, sorry I haven't posted in a day or so. It's turned a little chilly at night and in the morning. I've just gotten real busy, and plus I'm fighting this cold. I guess it's a cold, I don't know. But I was asked a question about what I think about these survival shows out here. Really, guys? I just a lot of them. I just don't. I don't see it. You see these guys uh, jumping out of a helicopter on a mountainside and, you know, running down it and running through the woods. You don't do that. You take your time in terrain like that, because if you're running, you could trip, break your leg, break your neck, break your back. You could run up and not see a branch and it goes slap through you. Run you can be running, then it looks like there's a lot of woods, and the next thing you know, you're running off a 200-foot cliff. And then you could run up on an animal, like a rattlesnake, um, a moose, a bear, a mountain lion, a wolf, a pack of wolves eating a kill. You can run right up onto them. And all that is a bad situation you're fixing to be put in. So, and you see these guys, they use, you know, for repelling. Yes, I know how to repel. Would I repel without proper harness and setup and rope? No, I would not. I would not. But you see them using rope that's not for repelling, or mule tape, or vines. Why would you want to put yourself in that situation? Why not just walk, take take a day and walk around and find an easier path than trying to cut time off and put your life at risk? Because if something happens and you fall and you break your leg or you break your back, you're going to die out there. But they're willing to take the risk because they got a whole production crew behind them. And it's funny, I watch them and they make these makeshift shelters and they're freezing to death. They can't get a fire going and they're freezing to death. Then it cuts to a commercial, it comes back and it's morning and they're all all amped up, looks like they're fully refreshed with coffee and, breakfast. And they're not starving out there. They're actually eating, they're taking dinner breaks and breakfast breaks and lunch breaks. And, if they get thirsty, they stop rolling and they're going to have, water to them so they don't get dehydrated or anything like that. It's, but they think, a lot of people probably think, oh no, it's all real. It's not. It's a production, it's a business. They're, yes, they might be survivalist, but they're also actors. And they're acting out, and they do crazy stuff in order to get people interested in watching their show. And it could get people hurt from doing what they're doing on TV. I mean, that's my opinion. Yes, I do watch shows, like that, survival shows and stuff. And every one of them, they all have a safety where they can just hit the button. There's a good one out. I think they're working on their third season. It's Alone, where they take a group out and they just got minimum survival gear. But there again, if you get hurt, you just push a button and they're there for you. Or if you lose your fire striker, push a button, they're there again. Or if you're scared because there's bears around, push a button, they come and get you. Or if you're just tired of being alone because you can't handle being out in the woods all by yourself, push a button, boom, they come and get you. That's not surviving. It's just acting. Um, then you got another one where you're buck-ass naked out in the middle of the jungle for 21 days with one or two items. What's the point in that? Who is going to, in a real world situation, when is that ever going to happen to you? Never. My ideal of surviving is to survive and thrive, not survive starving to death, freezing to death, ate up with bugs, and you get so weak you can't move. You're in pain. That's not surviving. That's just ratings. But there's one guy. Well, there's a couple guys out there that Creek Stewart. He's got on the Weather Channel. He's got a show. It's called Fat Guys in the Woods. He takes 3 guys out and he gives them bare minimum and he shows them the basics of surviving. He don't do nothing crazy or off the wall. I mean, he just shows surviving. And that's a pretty good show. I mean, I really like that show. That's a good show. Um, and there's a guy, Les Strauss. I hope I'm saying his name right. He films all his filming by himself and does all his own. Seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. But there again, if he does get in trouble, he just pushes a button and people come and find him. But he's more realistic than the other ones, jumping out of a helicopter, running down a mountainside, And another thing, you see these people, they're standing on the edge of a cliff and there's a lake or a river down below them, and they jump doing backflips into the water. Okay. Who's to say there's not 5 feet down where you can't see it? There's a tree that's been washed down and it's sticking up, and you jump in it, and all of a sudden you've got 2 or 3 limbs sticking through you, 5 or 6 feet underneath the water. See, people don't think this. They got divers go down there and make sure everything is clear for them to do stuff like that. Because I guarantee you, they would not do the things they do on TV if they were an actual surviving situation with no safety crew, no production crew, no food vending crew or whatever. They wouldn't do half the stuff they do. Now, there's some other shows out there. It deals with off-grid living. I watch Alaskan Frontier, Last Frontier. I watch Yukon Men, Life Below Zero. Those are pretty good shows. They show basically, how the people are living with not a lot of power, or no power, or can't run to the grocery store or anything like that. They're living off the land. And what is it? Railroad Alaska. It's about homesteaders and off-grid living guys, people who depends on the railroad to keep them supplied. What is it? There's Live Free or Die. There's a couple of homesteaders on there and a couple of, I guess, survivalist bushcraft guys. That's a pretty good one. But like I said, they're not doing no wild crazy stuff. They're just showing you their way of life. But it's the survival shows, they're, to me, they get out there, well, I'm an expert survivalist. You're only an expert survivalist because you got all kinds of people behind you keeping your butt safe. You wouldn't do half the stuff you do if you was caught out in a situation you were in. So I just, you know, I don't get into those hardly. Yeah, you might be able to learn a few things from those shows, but if you watch them, watch them. I watch them just to kind of shake my head sometimes, and like, no, that's no. But just be careful. Don't believe everything you see or the words comes out of their mouth, because, like I said, they've got safety crews, they've got all kinds of other crew, production crew behind them, making sure they're safe and they're not going to get hurt. So you want to be careful believing everything they do, but that's my outtake on it. I mean, you guys, you choose for yourself, but just be careful. That's all I got to say. I don't want to see nobody get hurt or anything worse. But everybody, I'll get back on track, making some more videos, trying to catch up, because I got a few people promised some videos that I need to get, but like I said, it turned a little cool and my business picked up and I'm fighting this cold. So I'm kind of dragging, but hang in there with me, guys, and I'll get videos back up and going again. But until then, everybody be safe, be prepared, and use your mind. Use that brain. Think about the situation and think about things. Till then, guys, bye.